Everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. In today's review we're going to take a look at the new DC Collectibles 7-inch scale new 52 Batgirl figure. This figure comes packaged in your standard DC Collectibles window box type packaging. We've got the Batgirl logo up at the top along with the little 75th anniversary Batman symbol. Then we've got the figure clearly displayed in the window box packaging, and then the name of the character down below. And the packaging for this particular figure is done with white and purple borders. Then on the one side we have a darkened in image of the Batgirl character, and then on the other side we have an image of the actual figure, and actually it looks like they've got a sticker on this saying it's sculpted by Karen Palenko. So I don't know if it was an error there, and so they put a sticker on it. But at least with mine, it's got a sticker there telling us who sculpted the figure. Then on the back, we have a little thumbnail image for the Batgirl figure, a little brief bio, and then we have a look at other new figures from DC Collectibles. Nightwing, which I mistakenly when we did the Supergirl review the other week, I mistakenly said this figure was out. I was getting it confused with the Greg Capullo new 52 Nightwing, which is out, but this is actually a different version of Nightwing, which is yet to be released. Should probably be out the next few weeks, but it has not been released yet. And then Supergirl, which came out a couple weeks ago and we did a review of. And then below that, we've got a look at the original new 52 Justice League figures from DC Collectibles. Okay, so let's get this figure open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Now, the things I like about the figures, I like the detailing on the costume. I like how the armor pieces are sculpted on there. You've got blacks with some grays mixed in to give you a texture look. And I think that overall looks pretty good. And then you've got basically just yellows for the boots, gloves, the back side of the cape, the bat symbol. And there's not really much in the way of any kind of wash effect on those. It's just a standard yellow. She does have some wash effect on her hair. She's got the red hair with some black wash mixed in, and that looks pretty good. Now, one thing I want to caution you on is especially when you're removing the figure from the packaging, the hair on this figure is basically is just sculpted on the back of the head. So when I was opening my figure and I was pulling it out, I guess it got caught a little bit on the plastic tray that it comes in, and basically the hair fell off right there as I was taking it out of the packaging. I had to glue the hair back on. So that's something that you want to be wary of. It may have just been a defect with my figure. Even when you're like trying to turn the head, you might want to just be careful and not push it too hard, because you could end up knocking that hair off. The other thing I want to point out is, and I noticed this with most of the figures at my comic shop, is the way it's packaged in. The ears have kind of gotten a little bent down a little bit. You could probably take a hairdryer to that to straighten it out a little bit. And it's not too bad, at least on this figure, but just something that, the points on her mask, the tips on her mask, top of her mask kind of got pushed down. She's got this symbol, supposed to be a bat symbol on her collar. On the packaging, the detail on that looks much better, but on my particular figure, the detail really did not come out terribly good. It really looks more like just a yellow paint blotch on her cape there than anything. I had to, at first I thought that's what it was just a paint blotch, and then I looked at the packaging and did see it that is supposed to be there. And like I said, on the packaging, the detail does look much more like an actual bat symbol, but on my figure it just did not come out very good. The eyes on this figure, I don't really like how they've come out. Very detailed with the pupils, very blue and everything. But I just think when you look at the figure head on, she tends to look bug-eyed to me. The eyes are nowhere near as bad as like the eyes on the Supergirl figure, the new 52 Supergirl figure that we looked at the other week, but I just don't really like how the eyes on this figure looks. The cape is your standard vinyl material, and you can pull it up some, but again, you want to be careful moving it around with that hair. You don't want to pull the hair on it in the hair too much, because again, it's just, at least with my figure, that hair is not attached very well to the head. Here comes with one accessory. It's a grapple gun. The grapple hook it does come out of the gun. It's attached with a string. There's a little plastic piece at the end of the string preventing it to come, so it doesn't come out of the gun. And you can put the hook in the barrel of the gun. Now, it does not fit snugly in that barrel, so if you're moving it around, the hooks, if you like point it down, the hook is going to probably fall out because it does not fit tightly in the barrel of the gun. Now, my biggest issue with this accessory, the detail is nice. It's all yellow. It's got some nice sculpting detail, but the handle on this gun is way too big to fit in the hand of the figure. I was not able, I tried to pry it in there, and I was getting to the point where I was afraid I was going to break the thumb off on the hand, so I just kind of gave up. I was not able to get the gun to fit in the figure's hand. The picture on the box, they've got her holding it, but I was not able to replicate that with the actual accessory in the figure. The other hand is closed-fisted, so she can't hold it in the other hand at all. So you've only got this one hand, and again, with mine at least, I was not able to get that big handle on the gun to fit inside her hand. Okay, so this figure stands at about 6 3/4 inches tall. Here she is next to the Greg Capullo New 52 Batman, and you can see she's shorter than Batman, which seems about accurate. Here she is with the Greg Capullo Nightwing figure again. She's shorter than Nightwing. And then she's even a hair shorter than the new 52 Supergirl figure. So for articulation on the figure, the head is on a ball joint. You can turn the head left and right, but again, you want to be careful with that hair. You can turn it with the hair, but I would just be careful when you're doing it. And she also has she can look down a little bit. She can't really look up at all because, again, of the hair. But she does have a little bit of a down movement with the head. Arms are attached with your standard ball hinge joint. She's got good rotation there. She's got a swivel joint at the bicep. She's got a single hinged elbow, so she can bend her elbow about that much, and then she's got a swivel at the glove cuff as well. No ankle or no wrist articulation at all. No midsection articulation on this figure. No waist swivel or anything. Legs are attached with ball joints, so she can get her legs out pretty good. She can do her leg forward pretty good and back. No thigh swivel. She has a single hinged knee, so she can bend her knee about that much. And then she's got a hinge at the ankle. She can do the ankle down a little bit and basically straight forward. She can't really do, there's not really much upward pivot with the hinge with the way the boot's sculpted, but she can, you can get the ankle to point down some. And then there's one peg hole at the bottom of her foot. Okay, so that's my review. Obviously I had a few issues with my figure, especially like with the hair coming off, but for the most part, I do like the overall look of the figure. I do like the way the costume looks and the with the sculpted armor pieces and everything. I think that came out looking good. I'm not a huge fan of the eyes on this figure, but obviously if you're a Batgirl fan, then I think you'll definitely want to pick this one up. or if you're just a fan of the new 52 line, then I think you'll want to add it to your collection as well. Just be wary when you're opening it or you're turning that head, that the hair is basically just glued onto the back of the head and can be knocked off. So just be careful. This figure is hitting shelves, comic and specialty shop shelves now. So if you want to pick her up, start checking your local comic or favorite retailer. And until next time, I'll check you later.